Welcome back. Moving on to our second segment for today, talking about an important project. This project is titled Towards Child-Friendly Justice in Egypt, as an extension of a distinguished partnership between Egypt and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Well, to discuss this in more details over the phone, we have Dr. Maha Mahgoub, expert in human development and community communication. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
So, first of all, could you tell us more about this project?
This project is very important, and it's aligned between many organizations, with Ministry of Planning, the OECD, Ministry of Health, a lot of organizations. And actually the project is very important to support the dialogue and development partnership between each of the concerned Egyptian authorities, international partner institutions, provides a unique opportunity to exchange experience, review best practices, and discuss the results and the recommendations for strategic review with the participation of distinguished elite high-level experts, as I mentioned, from different entities. Of course, all of these entities are very important to align together and to support the National Council of Childhood and Motherhood, as well as representative of Swiss agencies, as they are the main donor of these projects in cooperation with the Organization of Economic Cooperation Development.
Well, let's discuss the point of investing in our children, because this is something that is really very, very important. Nowadays, we can see a real awareness among the majority, talking about parents in general, taking good care of the children. And maybe in the past, we used only to talk about the academic side or think of the academic side. But nowadays, we can see really more developments, more awareness in different perspectives of life. So how far is this important, and how can this affect the future of our children?
Yes, actually it's very important for the raising awareness in this campaign within the framework of the project, and it's worth to mention that it has been launched this project from the perspective of children's rights, especially the right of a child to participate. For example, Fayoum Fayoum Forum was established through the children camp, in which 50 children participated. As well, a workshop was held for 40 participants to build the local work of teams, and 2 workshops were held as well. For 90 young people and adolescents, in cooperation with the National Council of Childhood and Motherhood, pointing to carefully design the program, include the National Family Development Project for deferred financial incentives, as well as interventions in the 5 axes of the project. And of course, it's worth to mention that the program aims to motivate families who are committed to a number of controls determined by the project to improve quality of life with the family within the framework of this project. As said, educational intervention aimed to improve the quality of education for school children was launched as educational classroom plans, where doubled awareness seminars and enrichment activities were held to raise awareness for dangerous population increase in cooperation with the National Population Council, in addition to formation of joint committee with the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific.
How do you see the role of the civil society or NGOs in general in this project?
Actually, the civil society is an important pillar for the development in general, and they are playing an important role to achieve the goals and purpose of this project. So the most of partners, they cannot achieve these goals by themselves, but they partner with the non-governmental organizations just because they have access to their societies, and maybe they can implement the project efficiently within the same framework and objectives of the project itself.
We have seen also many campaigns taking place to raise awareness among the concept itself of dealing with children, whether we're talking about behaviors, whether we're talking about bullying, talking about the children in the schools, also about accepting and working with special needs. Of course, all these are many of the challenges we are facing with our children as well.
Yes, of course. We have some challenges facing with the children, such as environment, norms, traditions, and so on, resistance to accept new ideas, new thoughts, and so on. So the campaigns are very important to be held just to raise the awareness and just to to raise and to join the labor, the child rights into the society, especially the right of participating in the society, and to behave good and to behave well and to adjust their behavior. It was very important, and it's very important just to hold a campaign and awareness sessions for children to raise awareness among them.
I remember we talked a lot before about how difficult it is when you are changing mindset of adults. But when we are working on children, it is completely different, right?
Yes, right, of course.
So it is important as well to work starting from early years. We are talking at very, very early years, maybe at nursery, before pre-K and before KG1, talking about forming the mindset of the kids. How can we concentrate on this part?
I think this is the role of the family, and how to raise the awareness and to raise up their children in the right way. And that, of course, it should be within a constructive campaign which address the mothers and the families itself about how to raise up and to raise the awareness of their kids while they are starting their new life. Because here in Egypt, they are putting the first seed for the future human being. And it's the role of the mothers and fathers are very important at this stage. But here in Egypt, maybe we can find that some of families, they are not well educated, therefore that they cannot deliver high awareness to their children. So it's very important to direct the awareness sessions for families, for parents, about how to raise up their children, how to keep the rights, how to raise the awareness, how to behave good, and later maybe we can get benefit from other campaign of this project.
Well, talking also, recently we have seen many of the legislative parts or developments took place in respecting human rights, in respecting children's rights actually, and providing them with all the rights. So we are talking about all levels of children. So tell us more about, do we really have more challenges that we can face in this respect?
Yes, of course. We have the strategic vision of Egypt 2030, just concentrated about the human rights and how to protect the child rights, especially goal number 16. And here the rights of family and children within the framework of national projects it's very important, and of course, maybe the awareness, maybe most of families or parents or society, they are not aware about the children's rights, economic rights, and therefore they cannot cope with or align with these projects or the human rights in general. But it's worth mentioning that Egypt achieved huge steps in developing the human rights, and it has been mentioned by the UN agencies after 2016, after setting out strategic framework and vision and how to protect children, women, and human rights in general in Egypt.
Taking good care of arts in general for our kids, how important it is?
Yes, here in Egypt we have a very talented children, and at the early beginning of their lives, maybe they have possessed a lot of creativity and art and talents. And it's very important to look after children at the early stage to improve the sense of art and the intelligence and innovations from early stage. And this role is relying on parents as well, just to discover the talents of their children and how to improve it, how to direct it to the right direction, how to improve it. Because we have seen that many families just discover the special talent in their children, and they develop it, and now they are genius children. They can achieve a lot of things that adults cannot achieve it. It's very important from the early beginning to discover and assess the talents of the children and how to develop it for better future for them.
Right, Dr. Maha Mahgoub, expert in human development and community communication. Thank you very much for joining us. Right, and with this we come to the end of our breakfast show for today, and stay tuned as Nile TV International will be bringing you live coverage for the Russia-Africa Summit taking place in Petersburg in Russia with the participation of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. Thanks for watching.